Cephas saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things, and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen.
Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Even that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will put upon him the name of my God, in the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God. And I will write upon him a new name.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS, rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful leg out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. As you can see, it's in the news. I got a few clips I want to play. There's always a lot going on, dealing with privacy, dealing with Esau Edom, putting forth his agenda. And as the Lord has put, the spirit, his men to be watchmen for the house of Israel. And we get into these things, man, because what we're keeping up with, all right, is, all right, salvation, because Yahweh Shem Al Shai, he left us signs of what would be going on. Yahweh Shai, he gave us scenarios of what would be going on in the earth, to let us know what time we're in, man. You see, you still have a lot of our people that move, as if, all right, this is just gonna be a perpetual way of existence. No, it's gonna be some great changes in the earth, man. And I think this year in the spirit gonna end with a bang, man. All right, it's gonna be a whole new normal. All right, it's already a new normal now, but it's gonna be a whole nother, new normal. Going into 2022. If we make it there. Now, let's get real quick. Can a brother put Matthew 16 can a brother put Matthew 16 verses 1 through 4? Matthew chapter 16 verses 1 through 4. So like we'll start off with that, and then we'll get into these videos. Let me cue up some of these videos real quick. My brother putting it up there. because what's happening, you know,
Feel like you're being watched? Hackers can steal
what
what's
we're watching, you know,
on your
is
devices
pretty
or
much,
see what you
you know,
send over
America,
Wi-Fi.
you know,
Keep
becoming a
prying eyes.
dystopia. All right, America is becoming a dystopia right before, you know, the eyes of the people. You see,
The first time
expected to make his first
yeah.
appearance
So let's
before
get
a
that.
judge in
And if a
Texas
brother,
today.
you know, can,
President Biden taking
well,
his
it ain't
agenda
a
on the
must,
road,
but if a
traveling to
brother can
Hartford,
put that
Connecticut, to
definition
promote his
for
Build Back
dystopia.
Better plan.
All right.
Biden is
Now
expected
this is
to
a brother,
deliver remarks
Our
about the
War,
importance of investing in
144K.
child care
This
today.
is
We'll bring
Matthew
that to you
16
live as soon as it happens. But first,
and
as
1.
many as
All right, it says
60,000
the
film and television
Pharisees
production workers are
also with the
threatening to
Sadducees
walk off the
came and
job
tempting,
as
desire him
10,000
that he
John
would
Deere
show them
workers are
a sign
already
from heaven.
striking
Yeah, so
right
they come
now.
to Yahweh Shai,
Employees
you
demanding
know, looking
higher
for this
wages and
miraculous
better
sign.
benefits, and workers band together around the country taking a
Verse
stand.
2, it says,
Senior
he
national
answered and said
correspondent Terry
unto them,
Moran is there
when
at
it
the
is
picket line.
evening, ye say it will be fair weather,
in the wee
for the
hours of
sky is
Thursday
red.
morning,
You
10,000
see?
workers at John Deere hit the picket lines in
Verse 3,
Iowa, Illinois, and Kansas on strike for the first time in 35
and it
years
said
at
in the
Deere.
morning
They're
it will,
demanding better
and
pay,
it says
secure
in the
pensions,
morning it
a
will be
fair share
foul
of a
weather today,
hugely
for the
profitable
sky is
American
red and
company.
lowering.
The
O
company
ye
wants to eliminate
hypocrites, you can
pensions altogether
discern,
for
you
new
can
people,
discern
and we
the
refuse
face
to
of the
sell people
sky,
down
but
the
you
road like
cannot
that.
discern
Sounds
the
like we're
signs of the
sticking together.
times. Yeah,
It's about
because
sticking together now
you know you have to
and
be
for the people that come
spiritual
after us.
to understand what
about
times
better
we
pay.
in, man.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
because
The company,
people can
their
carnally,
profits have just
you
been
know,
through the
look at
roof.
Workers
different
argue that even
things
as
in the
John Deere's
earth,
profits
you
grew by
know, to
61%
understand the
in recent
season.
years, and
You
their
know, like I
CEO's
got
salary
Jake at
grew by
work at Big Deer Hunt, and
160%
he can
during the
tell,
pandemic,
you know, when the
their
weather
pay
get a
has actually
certain,
been
you
cut.
know, when
We
it
need to
drop
let
down
them
to a
know
certain
that
temperature,
they
that
can't
it's time,
continue to take
you
our
know, to
money and
hunt
take
deer.
our money and take
You
our
see,
money.
and our people
Women and
can
men
notice
here on the
things
picket
like
line,
that,
the people
but
who build
they
those
don't
iconic
understand
green John
spiritually
Deere
what
farm
time
vehicles,
we in, as
they're
far,
bracing
you
for a
know,
long strike. American
as
workers want
far as
more,
the
and they're willing to strike to
prophecies,
get it.
man. You
In
know,
Brookwood, Alabama, striking coal
hold
miners
on,
rally every
let me
Wednesday.
see somebody.
Every union in this country owes something.
My bad. Salaki. We're gonna get back into it. Yeah, Salaki about that. I thought I had it in the background. And the water, you know, to you brothers, you sisters, let me know. But yeah, going back into it, you know, when you read Matthew 16:3 again, it says, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. It says, oh, you hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the signs of the times, you know? And see how people, when they look out into the news, they don't understand that Yahweh Bashim Al Shai is wrapping this thing up, man. You know, if a brother can post it, 1 Peter 4:7, but the Most High is wrapping this thing up, man. All right, he's fed up with the wicked being in rulership, and as the elect constantly repent, you know, and return to obedience, you know, he's ready to deliver his people out this situation, man. So we see all these things happening, all right, and it's leading to salvation, and that's why we follow these things, because it's leading to salvation. You know, so when you get verse 4, this from the brother by Young Yashala, Matthew 16:4, it says, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas, and he left them and departed. Yeah, so just as, you know, Jonas, you know, prophesied of the downfall of Nineveh, you know, that was their sign, those Assyrians. Well, that's the only thing that the Lord is going to do in this time is raise up prophets, man. You know? So when you get that word dystopia, all right, what your brother put up for me, you know, the water Akia. This is making wise the simple by, a definition of dystopian. It says an imagined world or society in which people lead wretched, dehumanized, fearful lives, man. And that's what's finna become the norm. You know, dehumanized, fearful lives, man. All right, that's what America is turning into, man, and we see it gradually, you know, heading that way. All right, so this is another one from the brother by Young Yasha. When you get 1 Peter 4:7, it says, "But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer." All right, watch unto prayer, man. So the Lord commanded us to be on our watch, man. You know, and prayer is a heavy thing in this time, man, because we're going to need, you know, a special, you know, extraordinary spirit on us to endure what we're about to see, man. But people have no idea the new norm, all right, that's coming, you know, to America, man. All right. So I'm gonna get the news clip now. All right, gonna start off with this one. Now, this one is pretty much dealing with these workers going on strike. You got John Deere, you got coal mine. You know, I'm sure, you know, you brothers and you few sisters probably heard about, you know, the so-called strike, you know, that they're about to have in Hollywood, you know. But let me see. This just shows you that this American dream is becoming a nightmare, man. All right. So let's let it play. All right, then it's a spirit. It stopped on 144. Come on, man. All right.
The job, as 10,000 John Deere workers
are already striking right now. Employees demanding higher wages and better benefits, and workers band together around the country taking a stand. Senior national correspondent Terry Moran is there at the picket line.
In the wee hours of Thursday morning, 10,000 workers at John Deere hit the picket lines in Iowa, Illinois, and Kansas on strike for the first time in 35 years at Deere. They're demanding better pay, secure pensions, a fair share of a hugely profitable American company.
The company wants to eliminate pensions altogether for new people, and we refuse to sell people down the road like that.
Sounds like it's about sticking together.
Yes, it's about sticking together now and for the people who come after us.
And about better pay.
Yes, absolutely. The company, their profits have just been through the roof.
Workers argue that even as John Deere's profits grew by 61% in recent years, and their CEO's salary grew by 160% during the pandemic, their pay has actually been cut.
So you have the CEO, his pay went up 160%, but the workers, all right, their pay has been cut, man. You see, this is a wicked, you know, rulership, man. You know, this man has a very oppressive and wicked way of ruling over the people, man. This one man's salary, you know, went up by 160%. You know, but they cut the wages of the employees, man. And this is the lower, all right, of the elites. All right. So you can imagine how ruthless, you know, the higher ups are, man.
Let them know that they can continue to take our money and take our money and take our money.
Women and men here on the picket line, the people who build those iconic green John Deere farm vehicles, they're bracing for a long strike. American workers want more, and they're willing to strike to get it. In Brookwood, Alabama, striking coal miners rally every Wednesday.
Union in this country! Oh, something matters!
Y'all see y'all uncle and auntie, man. You know, show y'all uncle fed up, man. This shit.
Bolstered by their motto, one day longer.
I stand by you one day longer, one day stronger.
But those days have turned into months, 7 months now.
We knew it was going to be a struggle and a fight.
Braxton Wright is one of the roughly 1,000 workers who left the coal mines and joined the picket lines after failing to reach a deal with mine owner Warrior Met Coal. Larry Spencer is the union vice president involved in the negotiations.
Did you think that here in October and heading into the fall, you'd still be here? Or did you think that it was going to get resolved?
I did think we could something settled for and it just seems to be getting worse. I would say this part. They might think they're going to break these people's spirit, but they're not.
Braxton's wife Hayden helps run a supply pantry for strike families. And they're already stocking up on Christmas presents. This is the first coal miner strike the town has seen in 4 decades. The miners in Brookwood are demanding an increase in wages and benefits that had been cut back in 2016 when Warrior Met Coal's mine was struggling. Now times are good.
We're not even asking for more. We're asking for close to what we lost 5 years ago.
And Braxton, like so many American workers, feels the significance of this moment.
I believe
and the brother made a good point, because what people don't understand is Esau is fading. All right, you people out, man. All right, this man is building. All right, robotics. You know, I believe it's if a brother can help me remember, I think it's Boston Robotics. You know, that's heavy into the automotive, workplace. All right. Like these police officers that are quitting, you have those dogs, that they putting in place, those actual RoboCops, you see? And like the brother said, those people won't, this the brother occupied till I come, he said those people won't have a job in the end of yoke because they, gonna get rid of the coal entirely and use green energy, man. All right? So this fourth industrial revolution is gonna fade. All right, in his attempt to establish, this fourth industrial revolution, all right, we're going to see this man phase out a lot of manual labor, man. And that's why, all right, he hitting you with that potion, man. All right, that long kiss goodnight. You see, this is the brother I will of war, Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the division is becoming more and more real. All right, the division is becoming more and more intense, man. It's gonna get real. All right, chaotic. Yeah, Boston Dynamics. That's the name of the company. That's doing a lot of those automotive. Robotics, man. That's going to replace a lot of, human labor. There's something, you brothers and you few sisters probably can look up if you want to get more into it, Boston Dynamics. All right. This is verse 3. All right. Isaiah 19:3 says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to their idols and to their charmers and to them that have familiar spirits, all right, and to the wizards. And what's happening is that American pride and American, the heyday, all right. America is not in its prime anymore. America is becoming very washed up. And you hear these people crying out, man. You see? So let's go back. Let play some more.
The labor movement in the United States is growing. I think a lot of them are watching us because they know if we lose this fight, they're next.
Nationwide, more and more workers are flexing their collective muscles, seeking to rebalance the old equation between bosses and workers. Decades of declining wages for the workers and skyrocketing executive pay.
It's kind of the David and Goliath fight right now.
Last week, 1,400 Kellogg cereal workers launched strikes in Tennessee, Nebraska, Michigan, and Pennsylvania.
This is a simple matter of fact that the rich want to get richer. And to do that, they take away from the small guys.
In California and Oregon, 24,000 nurses and other healthcare workers at Kaiser Permanente voted to authorize a strike over pay and working conditions. And soon, Hollywood may see a walkout. Roughly 60,000 film and TV workers are getting their picket signs ready, set to go on strike on Monday. If it happens, it will be the first nationwide strike in that powerful union's history and could bring Hollywood to a halt.
We have some members in our crafts that are so underpaid that they can't possibly survive in the cities where they provide services.
The workers at John Deere voted overwhelmingly to reject the contract that they're.
And this is a very, unbalanced, society on how they distribute wealth. Because here it is, you're a cameraman, you record, all these celebrities. All right. You record all these celebrities, you're the one, that's there before them. All right. You're doing, you're running the wire, because it's a lot of cables, even just running the cables, for these different Hollywood productions, even just running the cable is some very tedious and laborious work. I'm talking about your arms. I've done it on a small level, working as a stagehand down here in Jackson, but I'm talking about that's some your arms be wore out because them cables get heavy as hell, man. You wrapping them cables all day and you running it, and so here it is, you recording these celebrities and they pull off in a Porsche, man, and you go back to a one studio apartment, all right, and you can barely afford to stay in the city, that you're working in, man. But this is the rulership of the wicked, man. The American dream is becoming the American nightmare, man.
Own union, the United Auto Workers, negotiated with management.
There was a pretty blatant attack on our benefits. They want to pay more for our benefits.
Strikes, which had almost disappeared in America, are back.
We're looking at levels of strike activity that are comparable to the mid-'80s, which no one says is the heyday of working class fighting. But on the other hand, it's been decades since we've seen this much activity.
Jonah Furman is a staff writer for Labor Notes. He's been covering every twist and turn of the John Deere negotiations. The deal that workers rejected at John Deere offered a 5% raise in the first year of the contract, not what workers expected from a company that estimates it will make $5.9 billion in profits in 2021.
This is really not a case of the company being squeezed and the workers wanting to get a bigger piece of the pie. There really is a bigger pie here.
But going out on strike is such a hard decision to make and a risky one.
Unions do not take strikes lightly. It really is last resort.
Heidi Shierholz, the chief economist at the Department of Labor during the Obama administration, says companies have long had the upper hand. And over the years, they've successfully lobbied to change the laws in Washington to weaken American unions.
It's scary to walk off the line. One of the things is an employer has right now, under current labor law, the right to hire permanent replacements. And so if once the strike is over, if an employer has hired a permanent replacement, what the person who went on strike has to sort of go to the back of the line.
Companies are pushing back publicly against all this strike activity. A Kellogg spokesperson saying their proposals have been, quote, grossly misrepresented by the union.
Being away from work puts our people and their families in a difficult position and can create financial hardships.
And John Deere releasing a statement to ABC News reading in part, John Deere is committed to a favorable outcome for everyone involved and is committed to reach an agreement with the UAW that would put every employee in a better economic position and continue to make them the highest paid employees in the agriculture and construction industries. Our immediate concern is meeting the needs of our customers.
You see that at the end. All right. He said all that to say, look, we got to get back to the customers, man. We got to get back to the cheese. Because all these companies, all right, the whole overtone of the American economy, is pretty much based on the backs of the middle class. These people that have all these high paying salaries, well, there's hundreds and thousands of millions of middle class workers, that do jobs that provide, the these extremely, high salaries, man. When your company tells you, because the company always gonna tell you, oh, we ain't made no money this year. Well, they talking about, as far as profit after they done got they big pay cuts, after their salary has been paid, and they push you to work harder and harder because, they're capitalizing, because that's what capitalism is, man. When you have a small a small segment of society getting rich off the masses, man. That's what that whole capitalist mindset is, man.
And in a statement to ABC News, Warrior Matt Cole wrote in part, we remain steadfast in our belief that the 8 proposals given to the union are fair and equitable. Warrior Matt Cole provides some of the highest paying jobs in Alabama. But on the growing number of picket lines in Brookwood, in Moline, and across America, it's about more than money. It's about respect.
And thanks so much to our Terry Moran there on the front.
Yeah, that was, the signal I wanted to get from that. But as you can see, if a brother can put I think that Isaiah 24 and Isaiah 24. Yeah, Isaiah 24, verse 7 through 11. It's getting real gloomy, all right, in America, man. I'm gonna cue up another video. This is all right. Now this is the book of all right, this is the book of Isaiah. All right, from the brother Geshon 72. This is Isaiah 24:7 says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languish, all the merry hearted do sigh. You see, because these are the same people that was at these football games, the Edomites, with their shirts off, with the letters, painted on them. Nigga was tailgating. You see, now he through. You see, this is that merry-hearted, society. All right, the middle class. You taking 3-4, vacations a year, and all this coming to a halt, man. You see, and these upper echelons of these elites, hey, they run the checkup, man. All right, you got new trillionaires since this whole pandemic done started, man. New trillionaires, man. You see, but here it is. You can barely afford to stay in the city where you live in, man. Now this is Isaiah 24:8. It said, the mirth of the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice ended, the joy of the harp ceased, man. Yeah, man. This, I say this, leave it to Beaver. All right, generation of Edomites is gone, man. Now we're seeing what the curses come on Esau Edom, man. Esau hurt, man. Esau trying to find, some type of relief, from this pressure, man. But the rulers, all right, their governors, their rulers, the upper echelon of their kingdom, all right, is running off from them, man. They ain't coming in, man. All right, they doing these CEOs and these different owners of these companies. They doing these Edomites like these record labels do Jake, man. This is Isaiah 24:9 says, they shall not drink wine with a song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Yeah, because I say they was drinking at the tailgates, celebrating holidays, just having neighborhood cookouts. But see, now they're drinking, trying to figure out is the company gonna give in to their strike or not? You see, this ain't a happy drunk. This is a depressed drunk. That's going on, man. All right. Reading on verse 10. It said the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Yeah, see, the city of confusion is breaking down. Nothing is making sense. You see, a CEO has 160% raise on his salary, and you get a pay cut. All right. You have a pandemic, so-called pandemic, where the solution don't protect you, all right, from the thing, but the people that took the solution want the people who haven't taken it to take it, man. It don't make sense. All right. And they say Colin Powell was fully juiced up, and he's out of there. So what's the whole point? What is the damn point? You see, it ain't none. It's just confusion, man. But this confused place is being broken down. All right, this is Isaiah 24:11 said, there is a crying for wine in the streets, and see, the true wine that people are crying for, the people want to hear another way. All right, they want to hear another doctrine. They're looking for a philosophy, all right, that solves this problem. But see, the only thing that's going to solve this is the judgment of Yahweh Shemau Shai. And for you heathens, you through. All right, but there's a solution for Israel beginning with the elect. It says there is a crying for wine in the street. All the joy is darkened. The mirth of the land, all right, is gone. And we're seeing it constantly. All right, the mirth, just leave out the back door, of this society, man. You see? Now, this is in French. And what you have, the farmers in French, they driving these manure trucks and they dumping it on government buildings, man. All right. they're dumping these manure on government buildings, man. These farmers fed up, man. These people just don't give a damn. All right. There are levels, to not giving a damn. And we're seeing, all right, not giving a damn go to an all-time high, man. They don't care. For them to drive those manure trucks into the city, and dump it on these government buildings. And when you see the comments, man, all right, this is a global energy that's in the earth. All right. You got the guy says government stinks so bad, I'm sure politicians won't notice any difference. All right. It says revolutions are perpetually necessary. Why do you think they call them revolutions? You see? The spirit of a revolution, man. All right. This it said this is the best thing I've seen in forever. They said American farmers, all right, need to unite, which these niggas need to spell, you know, but we get it. It said American farmers need to unite and bring our trucks to Washington and dump 10 times more fertilizer on Washington politicians. Oh, how I pray for such an act to happen. You see? And then you got this one. It says people all around the world are fed up with their government's BS, man. You know? So this is the energy, you know, that's going forth in the earth. And it's just gonna spin into chaos, man. You know? The end game gonna be chaos. Now, let me stop and go to this real quick. There's something else I want to share. Yep. Like the brother said, the brother Bayan Yashala, 2nd Ezra 15:16 said, for there shall be sedition among men. Yeah, because there's a call for uprising. Not only are people just acting independently, they're calling, you know, for uprising, man. All right, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princesses. All right, princes, which is their rulers, you know, their local government officials. All right, their federal government officials. It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. Yeah, they just gonna, you know, they gonna be the law. You know, they gonna be tired. They tired of protesting, man. You see. This 2nd Ezra 9:3 from the brother Awalama War 144K. It said, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, all right, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right. So these are the signs, you know, we was told to look for, man. Now, let me share this. Now, this is a police officer, all right, and he resigned, you know, because, all right, he didn't get, all right, young juice, man. All right. Now, this is from Newsbreak, and it says, the title says, kiss my ass. It says, unjuiced police officer gives emotional goodbye over dispatch radio after getting fired. All right. He got fired because, hey, he didn't want to get the juice, you know. But this is the video of him.
This is my final sign-off. After 22 years of serving the citizens of the state of Washington, being asked to leave because I am dirty. Numerous fatalities, injuries. I've worked sick. I've played sick. We buried lots of friends over these years. I'd like to thank you guys. I'd like to thank the citizens of Yakima County, as well as my fellow officers within the Valley. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been very successful, and you've kept me safe and got me home to my family every night. Thank you for that. Wish I could say more, but this is it. So State 1034, this is the last time you'll hear me in a state patrol car. And JNC kiss my ass.
So you got police officers like, hey, I'm out of here, man. And these veterans, see, it's gonna be some bad scenarios, man, in the earth, man. You know, and then Jay Insel, you know, I'm guessing that's the governor. All right, hey, you see these officers pretty much like the hell with it, man. That's why the course of their actions is going to be in their hand, man, because no one, all right, the law enforcement don't want to enforce these, all right, these NWO laws, man. You know, so this is where these things is headed, man. All right, so let's get that. Got a few more videos real quick. Go back to YouTube. So yeah, that's what, you know, what work is at, you know, the masses of the people, you know, just constant uproars of the people. Let me see. Hold on. Now, at the end of the day, all right, we all know what Esau Edom, you know, is headed with it, man. All right. You got Jake folding up, you know, Cam Newton, you know, he called himself making a stand, you know. Well, I say, man, that's why I pretty much you gotta constantly give praises to Yahweh Hashem Al Shai, man, for shielding our mind in these times, man, giving us a spirit to truly resist this place. Like we gonna see, you know, in the near future that it was a blessing, you know, to be vexed by this society, man. You know, it was a blessing, all right, to have the spirit to detach, you know, to really believe in what's written, believe in the promises, man, because you know, this is all our people got. So let's play this real quick. All right. Another clown on the scene.
Here recently, just to clear the air, I got the vaccination. Today's the day. Finally. Absolutely. But a man got to do. I want to do it. As I bring you along this process. I ask that you don't judge. I ask that you gain inspiration and you also support.
Fold it up. Another, all right, gas station t-shirt. You see?
Here recently.
Another gas station t-shirt. He folded up, man. Jake can't let that go, man. All right, Jake can't let that lifestyle go. You know, that clout, you know, or being on the scene every Sunday. You know, Jake can't let that go, man. Jake, that ain't. All right, Jake. Jake love this current society, man. All right. Let's look at this guy.
I'm joined now by Deputy Secretary of the Treasury, Wally Adeyemo. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We saw the actions the Biden administration announced yesterday aimed at easing congestion at the nation's ports and to help speed goods getting out across the country. Are there any other tools the Biden administration can deploy to address this supply chain?
Now, you know, they talk about the supply chain, but then they even going to blame this on the unjuice. Everything is a blame of the unjuice. All right. Now, you got this funny looking guy here. You know, he gonna say the same thing over and over again about Biden making sure families got resources. He say this about 8 times, man. All right. These politicians are nothing like Pascal Barr said, failed actors, man. You know, but yeah, they gonna go into it, but somehow, some way, the unjuiced is to blame. And when you think of the unjuiced, what do you think of? Kyrie Irving, you know, Jake, man. Make sure Jake with the beard, all right. You know, you saw, you know, we not ignorant to your devices, devil. you know.
Chain crunch, especially as we head into the holiday season.
Hi, Stephanie. Thank you so much for having me. And yesterday, the president took decisive action to bring parties together in order to deal with the supply chain issues the country has been facing coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic. We always knew that coming out of the pandemic, we would have bumps along the way as we reopened the economy. And what the president did here was bring together leaders from the ports of Los Angeles in order to make sure that that port was running 24 hours a day. What we also know is that much of the supply chains in this country and around the world are controlled by the private sector. So he's also encouraging the private sector to do what they can do to make sure that our ports stay open. And we're going to use every tool in the federal toolkit in order to make sure that supplies are able to move into the hands of the American people as they deal with the pandemic. Ultimately, one of the things the president has been focused on is making sure that the resources that are provided by the American Rescue Plan are getting into the hands of the American people so they can pay for the goods that are being delivered to their house on a daily basis and that we can all make it through the pandemic.
But Secretary, do you think more could have been done months ago as we started to come out of the pandemic to get ahead of this?
The president has been very focused on this set of issues. We always knew that coming out of the pandemic, we would face supply chain issues because reopening up an economy that had been closed down wouldn't be easy. That's why when he announced the American Rescue Plan, he included things like the emergency impact payments and the child tax credit in order to make sure that the American people would have the resources to make it through the end of the pandemic that we knew would be bumpy because it would take time for our supply chains to catch up with demand in the economy.
But another impact of this backlog is how it's contributed to rising prices. Leaders like Treasury Secretary Yellen and Fed Chair Jerome Powell have said that inflation will be temporary as the economy more fully reopens. But how concerned should Americans be about high prices staying with us longer and eating into their pocketbooks?
Stephanie, you're right that today we face an economy that's in transition. And as part of that transition, we are seeing high prices for some of the things that people have to buy. That's exactly why the president was focused on the American Rescue Plan and ensuring that we got stimulus into the hands of the American people so they'd be able to buy the products that they need. But the reality is that the only way we're going to get to a place where we work through this transition is if everyone in America and everyone around the world gets vaccinated. That's why the president continues.
That's the solution. All right. That's the solution.
If everyone in America and everyone around the world gets vaccinated, the only way we're going to get to a place where we work through this transition is if everyone in America and everyone around the world gets vaccinated. That's why the president continues to be focused on the idea that we get everyone who can vaccinated in this country. And while we're doing that, we continue to provide the kind of resources the American people need to make it to the other side. We're paying a great deal of attention to these issues and making.
That's the solution, man. All right. Which absolutely makes no sense. All right. This solution absolutely makes no sense. I gotta bring my nurse out, man. You know, I did a video earlier with her. Let me find that nurse, man. You know, she let y'all folks have it. Because this man's solution, all right, absolutely makes no sense. Let me go to his channel. Like I say, this I don't know if it's a Jake. I see two Jakes on the thumbnail. Like I said, he do some pretty, you know, quick hits. You know, a lot of YouTube shorts about, you know, different things that's going on. I wonder did might be on something else. Yeah. It's good though. But I want to segue from there. You know, because we all know, all right, that this whole, health and, safety is all the front, all right, for this here, you know. Let me get a couple of you brothers' precepts. And then we're going to segue into, what this man, really wants to do, all right. But our people that trust in this society, they finna see You know, the worst thing that they could ever do was trust this man. This is the brother by Yasha Isaiah 30:1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children," said the Lord Yahweh Shem Al Shai, "that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." Yeah, and all our people pretty much want to do is link with this society, man. All right. They look at this society as a solution. You know, they look at anything that this man offering as some type of solution, some type of salvation. Here it is. You got the Edomite cop for over 22 years. He completely retired. But then you got Jakes that are millionaires that have millions, you know, they can't let Egypt go, man. You see, it's just rebellious children. All right. It says they walk down, verse 2, it said they walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow, all right, of Egypt, you know? And this shadow, which is the image, pretty much, also protection, they look at, you know, this system as protecting them, man, you know, and they love the appearance of this society. You know, Jake is hooked. You see? And said, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion." All right. And Jake, all right, it's finna be more and more confused, man. We finna see people confused on a level, all right, we didn't know exists, man. And see, that's gonna make us cherish his wisdom and knowledge, man. That's why it's gonna be our stability, because these people, all right, are going to be more and more confused as this thing goes on. Now, we know, like I was saying, we're going to segue into this, that pretty much this is the end game for Esau Edom. This is what this thing is all about. All right. At the end of the day.
Right. What the fuck's going on? In the world, plausible theory. Thus. Okay, right. Take it with a pinch of salt. I'm random TikTok speculation. I'm not qualified. I don't know what's going on. Right. The economy. The financial system, as we all know it, is fucked. It's irreparable. All the governments know it, right? So the plan is to replace it and all of our systems. Financial, economic, civil, with something completely brand new. The plan has already been conceptualized, documented, agreed upon, and mobilized, right? And it's been ramping up overtly for the last year. But time's running out to get the plan implemented before we all find out what's going on.
He said time is running out to get the plan implemented. All right. He said, look, the world economy is through, you know, and they've all agreed. All these nations have already agreed on a new way, you know, and it's going to be the CBDC. All right. The central bank digital currency, you know, and how are they going to track it? What type of device are they going to use, you know, for this global currency, man? You see, this is what all these things we're seeing is leading up to, man. At the end of the day, the MOTB.
The current financial system is so fucked that the only way to fix it is essentially to temporarily prop it up with loads of cash and then throw it in the bin and start again. So what will your future look like once we've built back better, to quote the World Economic Forum phrase? Well, firstly, there'll be a new digital currency. Not a digital readout of your current bank balance in the current banking system, a crypto, presumably, of some nature, right? It'll be something that's brand new. Secondly, there'll be a digital 5G smart grid, connecting everything from telco to media, driverless cars, drones, household appliances, utilities, waste management, emergency services, retail systems, airlines, public transport, and so on, right? And thirdly, there'll be a mandatory if you want to partake in the system, digital ID that holds all of your personal information, medical records, driving license and record, financial info, bank balance, government services, travel info, criminal history, tax recordings, earnings, licenses, subscriptions, rental agreements, your carbon footprint, and most likely a social credit scoring system which determines your ability to access the systems based on your compliance with it and with society as a whole, right? The fundamental backbone of this new society structure and strategy requires everyone to be on a universal digital platform with a unique individual digital ID. There's no other way it can happen. Absolutely no other way it can happen. But how do they encourage, motivate, and demand that you adopt the new digital ID system? What better way than to limit your freedoms because of a virus? And then set you free once they can verify digitally that you've had the cure. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying I have concrete evidence to prove it. I'm just saying it looks like this is where it's heading. And it seems to be heading there rapidly, right? So if you're happy to participate, then strap in and hold tight, because this hasn't happened before, you're the guinea pig. If you're not happy to participate, now might be the time to think seriously about what your options are, right? But what do I know? I'm just random TikTok dude.
And this man in game, all right, to put more of a global clamp, all right, on the on the citizens, man. So it's the brother making wise the simple by is Revelation 12:12 said, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that, all right, he hath a short time. And see, they know that every day, you know, that they're waiting, that they're exposed more and more. So that's why we see things are sped up. You know, we pretty much see things, you know, moving at a rapid pace, man. All right. Why you see these crazy mandates, you know, you see the you know, these workers, the police officer quitting, you know, hey, he saw Edom his back against the wall, man. You know, so expect more impulsive, you know, things to be done, you know, restrictions, and expect, you know, this man to do some type of event that really shake this thing up, man, and get this thing to another phase, man. All right. That's another one. If you could, brother, put that Job 20 and 22 as well. You know, Papa Shah, if you don't mind. You know, we read 22 and 23. Yeah, we get 20. Job 20, 22, and 23, and then we can close on it. But yeah, like the brother said, by young Yashala, this is Job 5 and 12. It said he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, because Esau Edom has an end game, and that's to get everybody, all right, juiced up, you know, and then, you know, get the MOTB. All right, those that remain, you see, that survive the juice. All right, he has something else to put in you, man. If you survive the juice, he got something else to put in, and that's going to be him pretty much crowning, you know, the NWO, man. But it's not going to play out, you know, in the way he thinks. Now, this is the brother making wise and simple by Job 20 and 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. And yeah, this man's in straits, you know, because like you said, you got an average, you know, TikToker that's breaking down, you know, his agenda. You see, this is putting him in straits. All right, because he used to everyone just dancing to his tune, but see, that's not happening. And it says, every hand of the wicked shall come up on him. All right, and that's what we're seeing happen, because the wicked goes into the laborer. All right, pretty much that working class. Of course, you got the prophets that's within that, you know, because we're, you know, pretty much just working men. But see, we're coming up against this guy in the spirit. You know, hey, the hand of Jacob, held the heel of Esau. So as he's attempting, all right, to establish his new world order, he's being snatched down, man. But then even you have, all right, just these regular, working heathens, especially these these Bible Belt Edomites, these Mississippi State fans, all right, they like, look, this ain't it, all right. So let's say we're seeing this man face, some resistance, all right, within his agenda. And that's why eventually he just finna spaz out, man. He ain't gonna, the deception gonna go out the door. He just gonna catch some bodies, man. All right. This Joel 20:23 says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain upon him while he is eating, So Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, when this man is at the point where he think he's turned the curve, on his agenda, all right, it's gonna really go down. World War III gonna really kick off, all right. And within the midst of World War III, Yahweh Shai gonna hit the scene, man. All right. So just like the brother put, Prince Yanazar 144K, 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. So we're in the midst of that great transition, but that transition gonna consist of what? A lot of chaos, man. A lot of violence. All right. A lot of bodies, a lot of people, it's finna be slaughtered in the earth, man. And that's all the judgment of Yahweh Shem Shai. And we pray that we're part of the elect that endure. And even if we do, have to, give our life for the testimony of Yahweh Shai, we pray, that we come back with him, man, that we be resurrected, at this coming, man. You see? So at the end of the day, all right, we're watching, this thing spiral out of control, man, which works for our favor, These things work for our favor. So Lord will, you brothers, you few sisters edified, till next time I say Shalom, Kwam Yashala, DTA soon, Bible ball.